should have went to the bathroom before we started this.
I think it
Good.
is live.
He's so bad, it's not even funny.
Wow. Don't. Good evening, everybody. It's Friday night. It's like that time.
It is indeed.
So
We are live from the cage.
we're in the handgun cage tonight.
Not the octagon?
Not
This
the
is
octagon.
not the octagon.
However, when there is issues at work between two employees,
It's steel cage match.
it's still cage match. You get locked in this cage. Each of you gets a bottle of Go Juice, ALG Go Juice.
Yes.
Shirts off.
We used to say frog lube. We wanted to set up a rubber pool of frog lube and let people wrestle.
Yeah.
I guess HR decided that was not okay. So we never got to do the frog lube wrestling.
Frog Lube kind of came and went.
Yeah.
It was really popular for 30 seconds, and then
If you want to go to our old YouTube page, though, when we were younger, okay, there was some wrestling on our old YouTube. If you go to our YouTube page, and there's something about security cameras, there was some wrestling on that. So between, I think, Dustin and I, John Farrell and I. So
the best is you and Dustin, where you apparently Brian used to walk by and just hit people, slap
Yes.
people, and then they just get in wrestling. Brian just body slams basically him.
The best fight we
pretty
ever
incredible.
had, we knocked down so many things and so many orders, and I was afraid that it would come back to, somebody got hurt, so I deleted the security footage.
Yeah.
I don't want to get in
He won
trouble
a
for that one.
lawsuit.
So, yeah, that one's gone. That one's gone. All right, guys, we got a lot of questions tonight. I guess if you give away free stuff, a lot of people will send you questions.
Yeah.
So we've got a ton of questions. We got over 100 questions that were already sent. Tonight we're going to give away a AIM Glock slide. Not for the best question, not for the funniest question, just for the question I like the best. We want to announce it tonight because some of the questions that come in live, I won't really see until I look at this later. So tomorrow we will announce the winner. We'll put it on story, whatever that's called, and we'll tag them. I want everybody to see who won. So anyway, tomorrow.
So if you didn't get the message, send us your questions now. I will be watching the feed. So as good questions come in, I'll be writing them down and replying to them.
Correct.
Should we start off with the email?
Yeah, I guess that's probably the most important thing.
Yeah.
It's what we do for a living.
It is. It didn't. All right. So this week's email, we had some feature items, some cool new pricing. So we kind of own the LEO trade-in market, especially on Glocks and the like. But we've got some new pricing, as you'll see, featured on the Glock 22 trade-ins.
By the way, this is not aimed at me. He's
not.
like this far ahead of me.
Just so nobody freaks out and
Yeah.
comments. So new pricing on Glock 22s. We've got Gen 3s and Gen 4s in stock. I'm holding an example of such. This is a Gen 4 Glock 22. The new pricing structure is the Gen 2s are going to be
No, Gen 3.
Gen 3s are going to be $279
Delivered.
this
This
weekend
weekend
only.
only.
And the Gen 4s are going to be $289 delivered this weekend only. So
And before anybody says, oh, so-and-so's got them cheaper, okay, first of all, we go through all of our guns and grade them, so you're getting the best quality guns. I could sell you guns cheaper, but they're not going to look as our best guns.
Correct.
Our guns do have night sights, one mag. So this weekend only, $289 for Gen 4s, $279 for Gen 3s.
Yep.
That pricing will be in effect after this week, but free shipping is only this weekend, and shipping on a Glock's like $20. So take advantage of that.
yeah, really, really good deal. I mean, I still, for a Gen 4 full-size Glock, $289 delivered to your dealer. I mean, it's really hard to beat for what you're getting.
Yeah, and on Gen 4, it's only a couple years old, too.
Yep. A couple years old, you're getting the dual recoil spring. I mean, it's awesome.
Yep. Other than that, we have our Wolf ammos on sale. You can buy Wolf 223 or 7.62 by 39, both in full metal jacket for $359 a box.
Yep.
That's a steal.
That's a great deal.
Galil kits. I told you Galil kits were coming. Galil kits are in. They're $399. That is everything but no mag, which is it's the way we have to do it because of states. So you can buy it in any state. No bipod, no receiver. Receivers will be in soon. I don't have pricing. Everybody's going to ask me for pricing. We have receiver pricing coming soon, made by American Tactical. Galil mags. We'll have really nice Galil mags for $19.95, probably next week. And then we will have complete Galils built from American Tactical. Those guns will be $9.99. So those are not in yet. So far, only the kits are in. The kit will have a brand new barrel. It's an American Tactical barrel. It's Parkerized. It's a 1-in-7 twist, 5.56 chamber. I don't know the threads. It looks, just from my eye, it looks like half by 28, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So we've got those. They have wood handguards, nice kits.
Yeah. You can see it's a really, really nice photo laid out on the email on the website. So
There is
so check
some
those out.
demilling you have to do. You have to pop the rivets off of what they cut off the receiver for the trigger guard. You have to take the barrel assembly apart so you can put it on the new barrel. And don't freak out if you see no pin or no gas port in the barrel, because you have to line it up before you can do that. Torrance asking questions. No, it's cheap as it gets. Hey, Torn, I take that back. I want you to do $3.49 a box. All right, so
Moving on to the email.
email.
A couple other SIG LE trade-ins. So we have, right here, this is a SIG 229, 40 cal, no rail model, really, really good condition. They are it's not the DAC, it is the standard single double with decocker. $399.95 on these, comes with one mag. So that's a pretty good deal. Also, we have, and this is the first time I've seen these. I don't know if we had these before.
I have, but it's been a long time.
239s in 40 cal. So I mean, this is a single stack. I would say it could be a good carry gun.
Yeah, that's what
I
it's
mean.
made for.
It's thinner. It's still single double. So yeah, it's going to be a really good trigger. And these actually come with 3 mags for $399.95.
The 239s do not have night sights. The 229s do. The 239s have 3 mags. People always ask why we don't put all the mags with them.
Yep.
A lot of times we don't. In fact, with 239s, we didn't get all the mags, so we have guns that we can't sell at full price because they don't have all the mags. So we try to always just do 1 mag, and that way it's just easier to sell. On the 239s, though, you get 3 7-round mags.
Yep. Great deal on that one. So, and the other thing that we got in, which is a really good deal for you guys that have shoot 38 or have 357s and shoot 38 special, we've got some Federal 38 high velocity 158 grain semi-wide cutter hollow points. And I think these are 50-round boxes for like $13.95.
Yeah.
So if you know what good quality plus P personal defense rounds cost, I mean, that's a really, really good deal.
Yep.
So I think that's all for the featured items.
Oh, we did get in Magpul,
Yeah.
the new 27-round mags.
Been waiting for these for a while. I think they actually announced them last year, and I know they said they were just working out. You know how Magpul is; they're not going to put a product out until it's perfect.
Correct.
And so they are here. 27-round Magpul mags. I think they are live on the website right now.
Right now. Okay, you look at some make sure that I want somebody to tell me, if they can't hear us, or if my zipper's down, or something like that. I'm gonna go through some questions. Somebody asked M. Alex Thompson, what are the Glock slide? When will custom Glock slide cuts be out? We will have a custom Glock slide coming. It is not ready yet. The next slide we release will have an RMR cut though. So let's see. How often do you guys get police trade-ins? What's the process like? We get police trade-ins this week alone. I would say we've gotten 5 different shipments in. We got in Glock 21 RTFs. We got in the 229s. We got in the 239s. We got in, I'm trying to think what else came in. I think there's some M&Ps that if they haven't came in today, they'll be in Monday. There is some more 21s. So, I mean, almost every day we get a shipment of police trade-ins in. Sometimes there's not enough to put on the website. Sometimes they're just more of what we already have and they just get mixed in. No matter what, we always grade them out, make sure they look like the picture on the website. But yeah, a lot of them, but almost every day there's something. Last week we had Smith 915s, Smith 910s, Smith 6906s, Beretta 84, Beretta 84Bs, Beretta 84 BBs, Beretta 84 Fs. So I mean, it's like every day. And I know next week I think we've got some CZ75s coming. I saw shipping notices on those. So around here, there's guns all the time. If you're not on our email mailing list, you do not have a fair chance. You need to be on our email mailing list. Literally, I have people all the time, why do you guys sell out of this stuff so fast? Why didn't I get a chance to buy this? If you're not on our email mailing list, you will never get a fair chance. Our email mailing list is my bread and butter customers, and they're the ones who get first shot at stuff. You can become a bread and butter customer if you just join the email mailing list. Simple as that.
Very easy to do.
All right, let's go through a couple more questions. Any cool trade-ins on the horizon? I just told you a couple. There's some Glock 21s, M&P 40s, CZ 75s. There's some 357 SIG 229s. I know are on the way. So, I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff. And there's a lot of actually cheap ammo, too. I've got some law enforcement 40 cal that's probably a couple weeks out. I've got some law enforcement 357 SIG that will be dirt cheap if you're a 357 SIG guy. So, lots of good stuff coming. Is there really any difference to the generations besides the size and the spring hole at the end?
I think he's talking about Glocks. Right? I mean,
Yeah, probably Gen 4 and Gen
so-
3. There's a lot of differences between Gen 3 and Gen 4.
Correct.
I mean, frames, the double recoil
Yeah.
spring.
So we had one. Yeah, got a Gen 4 right here. So yeah, Gen 3 to Gen 4. Gen 4 gets you the dual recoil spring. That's one difference. The stippling pattern is going to be different. A lot of guys prefer the stippling pattern over the Gen 3, which is it's more smooth. And then also the grip is slightly smaller on this because they give you back straps. That's probably the only biggest thing. So this right here with no back strap is smaller than a Gen 3. To get the same size as a Gen 3 frame, you got to put I think it's the medium back strap on, and that's the exact same size as a Gen 3 frame. So yeah, some slight differences. Also, there's differences in the melinite treatment. They changed the formula when they went to Gen 4. A lot of guys prefer the Gen 3 treatment.
Are we ever going to see more Swiss K31 rifles imported again? Yes. In fact, I know of an importer who may have got some and then ended up not selling them to me. There'll be more. That was from Most Definite. Colt Cassell, why do you think the 6.5 Grindle isn't more popular? And that's a good question to me because I love 6.5 Grindle. I just shot a precision rifle class earlier in this year with that in an AR-15 build. We were shooting like 400 yards and in, 450 yards and in, so 6.5 Grindle was great for it. I love 6.5 Grindle. I don't know why it's not more popular because nowadays you can get Wolf steel case and it's so cheap that it should be more popular.
I agree. I think the 6.5, this is my personal opinion, I think, and this is the thing that stopped me from doing a 6.5 build, is magazines.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with magazines because I've done a lot of research. What's the best magazines? Which ones work? We've got a guy, you have one too, right? Both of you.
And that's a good story. Everybody said E-Laner mags.
Yep.
So I bought E-Laner mags, took them to a precision rifle class. They worked fine day one. Day two, none of them worked.
Yep.
And I ended up shooting PMags, 20-round PMags, with just like 5 rounds of 6.5 Grindle in them.
And that worked better than
perfect.
actual 6.5 mags. That's
worked
just,
perfect.
yeah.
So I don't know what the deal is on that.
That's the thing that scares me from it, and I
Yeah.
wonder if that also affects it.
I hear ASC mags are good. We don't carry ASC mags, but I hear they're good. Radical Firearms is really into 6.5 Grindle, and that's what they told me.
Yep.
I'm going to be getting any 43Xs in. 43Xs and 48s will be
48s.
in like Monday-ish.
Yep.
I think we only got like 20 guns coming of each, but we've got those coming.
If we know anything about Glock new products, they're going to be super popular. They're going to sell out fast.
Yeah.
Every time they release a gun, it's their most popular seller. So
Yeah. 2 really good questions. From CNANT17, would you ever consider a range day with the showroom guns for customers to try? That's a pretty interesting
I do
idea.
like
I've
that.
never thought about that. The only problem is good gun ranges. We love Impact, but Impact you have to,
Member
for
only.
insurance reasons, it's member only, so I don't think that would work out. But that's a good question. We'll come back to that.
yeah, that's a great question.
And from Carolina Prepper, when are the shirts coming back and the hats? So we actually have some new AIM logos that will probably replace the old logo. We've actually had 20 generations of the AIM logo, and most of you will think, oh, yeah, I don't remember that. If you've really been through the 90s with us, we had different ones. In fact, the 90s logos were pretty ugly. They almost look like a Nike logo at the bottom. But anyway, so I've got some more logos to try, and what I'm going to do probably first is make some stickers with the new logos and just play around with them. I didn't want to put a new logo on the new website. I was afraid that new website plus new logo and everybody's going to go crazy, you know.
Yep.
So I didn't do that.
Too much change too fast can
Yeah.
be hard for people.
Yeah, but definitely stickers, hats, shirts. Now that the pressure of the new website is off, that will be something. And I know before people say, oh, I hate the new website and stuff, I'm going to tell you, for the business of AIM, the new website has been the best thing ever happened to us. One, we're getting way more orders. 2, it's easier for us to do a lot of the little things that you wouldn't see.
Right.
Security-wise, it's better. I mean, there's nothing about the new website that is a step backward, unless you don't like a white website. That's black versus white website color is the number one complaint. People don't like a white website, and every other company in the gun industry has a black website. So, okay, all the people who don't like the white website, maybe I'll darken it a little bit, but it is not going black. I'm done with that. So
the one thing that we talked about when doing it is, even if the only feature that it made available was that you guys could pick your shipping options, that it would have been worth it alone. I mean, that's just one of the many features. But now that you as a customer,
that's a big order.
I wish we could turn around and show them that.
Dude, how many cases is that?
Check this out. Do it.
Oh man, this is
swivel?
never going to work back.
This is not going to. Can you see it?
Yeah, that's one order to
one
walk in the show.
one pickup order. Ordered a whole bunch of 9mm.
All right.
Awesome.
20.
Hey, make sure you're not on my crotch again.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
You're hanging a little bit.
All right. So, yeah, the new website's actually working really well for us. We're shipping orders faster. We can offer better shipping rates.
Yep.
How about for you guys as a customer, would you love a law enforcement discount or a military discount or a first responder discount? Well, that's now a possibility, which it wasn't before.
Yeah.
Would you like to have better dealer pricing for the dealers? That's now a possibility that wasn't before. There's so many more possibilities for us as a business to grow our business and be better. I know it's hard to change. It's what has to happen for us to be better for you. And we didn't do it just because, it was going to make our life easier. It's going to make the consumer's life easier. So that's why we did it.
So TC Mink just said he loves the new website, but he'd like us to add search by brand. There's a really easy thing to do with that. We have now smart search. Not sure if you've played with it much. Any brand, like where you would go to search by brand and then you'd click your brand. I know that was only 2 clicks. If you want to see Glock stuff, all you do is start typing in Glock, and the first thing that's going to pop up is basically all Glock items.
Right.
So there is that functionality. I think it's actually faster and a little better. We also have the filters on the side. If you haven't played with the filters, try that. That also, like if you're going into handguns, you can just see all Glock handguns. If you're going into AR parts, you can filter exactly the brand and manufacturer you want.
And also, there's an algorithm to the search. So, we're only 2 weeks into the new website, so the algorithm is building, information. So in a month from now, the search will be better than it is now because it's building info. Like right now, you could search Magpul and it's going to show you, I think we have like 500 Magpul SKUs. But in the future, it's going to show you the most popular Magpul SKUs. But it's still the best way. We still have the menu. If you go to the shop button on the top left-hand corner of the website, you can still go through hey, I want to go through, AR parts and I want to choose gas blocks. And then you can use the left side filters to say I want a 750 gas block or 625. All the filtering is what people asked for so long. So always the biggest questions we always got on the old website is USPS shipping, law enforcement discounts, and people who wanted filtering. We have filtering now. So a lot of people don't like to change the website, but this is actually what people have been asking for. So, yeah.
Somebody wants to know if you talked about discounts. Will there be a Fat American discount?
Man, we should have a Fat American. Is that a fat joke on us?
I don't know.
I don't know, but yes, there should be. Fat kids rule the world,
Yes.
All right, so some more of the old questions. When are you guys getting some more military surplus in? Military surplus, well, we just got the Galil kits today. We got in CZ2 holsters. You want to show your holsters?
Yeah, absolutely. So this has been a really popular seller. We sold, how many last week?
I think we shipped 1,300 of these kits on Monday, I believe.
And we still have them. So, yeah, for $19.95, you're getting an official CZ holster. What is cool is some of them, I think some of them, maybe not all of them, are going to have like this little CZ branded logo on the back. You can't see it here. But you're getting a holster for the CZ82 or 83. You are getting a mag pouch with a mag. And these are original CZ mags. These are not new manufacturers. They have the little cross etched on there for the guys that know what that means, along with a leather CZ mag holster. And again, has some cool markings usually on the back of these.
And we added left-handers this week to the website too.
Yep.
There's actually more types of holsters that are in this shipment. There's some shoulder holsters and stuff. So we still have work to do with sorting those.
Yep, very cool stuff. I've had some questions here that have come in.
Do it.
Let's start going through some of these. So, why are Elander mags not in packages?
Okay, well, that's a good reason.
Yep.
Elander packaging, if you look at what other people are selling them for, it's a lot more than us. Ours are an OEM deal, so ours don't have the logo, and they're in just like a bulk package. I think there's a 5 and a sleeve.
Yep.
Excuse me for coughing. I'm sick. I've been sick for 3 weeks. I'm trying not to die.
Yeah, and that was his why no stamps on them. They were for an OEM deal.
Yeah.
So, another question. This is an interesting one. Best upper lower for a 9mm build. Like if you were to build a 9mm AR, which I know we've talked about both of us recently.
If I was doing it, and money's no object, I guess, I'm going to do the New Frontier side charger. The New Frontier side charger is incredible. I would do the MP5 mag set because I shoot MP5s. I have an MP5 right here we're just playing with. That's the way I would go. The second way I would do is still the side charger, and then I'd do the Indo mag conversions.
Yep.
I'm actually going to build a 9mm AR, and I haven't had one in years because I shoot a lot of MP5s. But I want to use the Indo mags for training. Going into impact, we can shoot close up with steel and be able to use my regular mag pouches, and I think it's better for training. So that's what I'm going to do.
I would agree. Another question. We ever going to get any Blim Anderson lowers? We used to have some Blim Anderson lowers, and we sold them for like $31. I don't know.
I'm waiting for Anderson to give me a deal on lowers because that's why we don't have them right now, is because they're too expensive to me right now. So I'm working on that.
Mini 14s coming back in stock ever again.
Yes. I bid on today on some Mini 14s. I know they're coming. I don't have many. It could be 5 guns, and they'll end up in the showroom again. If you're a local customer, I shouldn't even say this because I don't want to hear all the whining. If you're a local customer,
You got to finish now.
if you're a local customer, next week, if you like law enforcement trade-ins, shotguns, for showroom only, I will not post them on the website. There's too many variables. I literally have a gun, like 20 shotguns that everyone's different. Everyone will be at a different price, and I will not put them on the website. They will be in the showroom next week.
So look for that, local guys. One other question. What's your opinion on Taurus firearms?
They got a lifetime warranty, and they claim their lifetime warranty a lot because you have to use it. I mean, for a revolver, I'd be okay with it. I'm not into their semis. I'm a snob. I'm not into them.
It's okay. I've had Taurus before and never had any issues with them, so I know that. I think if they work, if you like them, that's really all that matters to me. I'll sell you anything you want. So
Exactly. You got any more live questions, or can I skip to some of these other ones?
Yeah, one more live question. Are you going to be at SHOT Show?
Yes, walking around. We do not have a booth. If you look up AIM, you're going to see AIM Sports. AIM Sports is not us. We're not related. I hate them for the name. But they have a booth. We do not. We walk around. We have meetings. I have a meeting every hour on the hour for 4 days straight. And in the meantime, we don't have a meeting. I see everybody in that area. It's like a crazy pace. Our SHOT Show pace is insane. And we've got to change the way we do it because it's just hard to cover the whole show. Brian
will be there. Eric, our other owner, will be there. I will not be there. I will be here holding down the fort with everyone else here at AIM.
Yep. So. What we'll try to do next week, by the way, is maybe me and Eric will do a live at SHOT Show video.
There you go.
Maybe these guys will do a live video here the next night. I don't know. We'll figure that out.
We'll see.
Any more live ones, or can I skip to some other?
I think you can start doing some of yours.
What's my opinion on AR9s? We just covered that. Brandon PP, I like AR9s. I'm going to build one again this year. What products are you guys excited about in 2019 from the same guy? I don't know that I am excited about anything right now yet.
What was the question? Sorry.
What are you excited about in 2019 for new products?
There's some things I'm excited about. One thing I think is really cool is that new FN 509 mid-size gun.
I need one of those. I need to shoot one.
I think that looks really cool because, I love the FN 509 tactical. I like the idea of the Glock 19X. I know a lot of people hated on that because you have the longer frame and the standard 19 size. And I get the concern, especially if you're going to carry it for concealed carry. The grip is usually the hardest part, unless you're, super elite operator skinny and you can do the appendix carry, which I would do if I could.
Right.
But so I've always thought, it was always kind of stopped me from really getting a 509. But now that they have one that's actually Glock 19 size, I'm very excited about that.
I think the one, I guess I spoke too soon. The CZ P10F with the red dot cut. I'm going to buy one of those.
Guys, you got some cool stuff this year, don't they? Our law enforcement, right?
Yeah.
Magpul getting into the CZ world.
Magpul's got, by the way, there's more stuff Magpul hasn't released yet and I'm not allowed to talk about yet. Magpul's got some cool stuff coming out this year. I wouldn't even show these guys pictures. They were all mad at me. Because I don't break all those rules, Magpul.
We don't do that.
Do you sell 23 slides? Right now, we do not sell 23 slides, but I noticed Centerfire is selling some like Glock 22, everything but the lower, and Glock 23 stuff like that. I would do that if people really wanted it. If you guys really want kits, I can sell you a kit. Building an AR-10, what optic do you recommend for long-range hunting at around $500? If it was me, we just got in the Vortex Strikefire 3x, is it 3x18?
It's 3x18, yeah.
3x18, I'd do
Strikefire.
that on probably a Midwest Industries quick QD mount, because I really like that or the Aero Precision mount, or the Daniel Defense mount. I like all three of those.
Love the Aero mount. That's my favorite one.
What's the best-selling product at AIM currently from Moonman92?
Yeah.
Wolf 223 seems to be always the best seller.
Yeah.
If you go back 10 years, Wolf 223 is the best seller. 5 years, 2 years. This year, it's still probably Wolf 223 sells like crack.
What's the best non-ammo SKU you think? Probably
Our nickel boron bolt carrier groups.
always.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe how many of those we sell. And it's funny that sometimes I'll say, hey, let's just do nickel boron and quit making phosphates and nitride. And then I'll look and we've sold so many phosphate nitrides that, yeah.
By far. Bolts.
Did we see some stainless third generation S&W pistols in a story post? Will be for sale soon from Flying Dog _14. You missed it. They were last week for sale. If you're not on our email mailing list, he wants stainless.
Okay,
That was
stainless,
1606. If you're not on our email mailing list, you'll never get the good stuff.
There's one in the showroom.
One in the showroom.
There are still, I mean, it's not the stainless, but there are some Gen 3, 910s we still have on the website?
Yeah.
Those are Gen 3
Yep.
considered, right? So.
Yep. What usually first to break in your AR and experience do coded BCGs make a difference? From J Lackey 77. Breaking in my AR-10, I don't do anything. Or in any AR, I put it together. At this point in my life, I don't headspace them because I've built 100 ARs. I've never had one not headspace. I don't even headspace them.
I think he's asking what's going to break first. Like what's the first thing you're going to worry about?
Extractor.
Extractor.
That's about the only thing that breaks.
For sure.
And then you're going to lose some pieces. Like if you ever take your buffer tube off, you're going to lose the spring. But maybe the firing pin.
Firing pin tip might break off. Yeah, you're looking at bolt malfunctions mostly.
Yeah. Do you guys sell your upper parts to complete the slide? We have a Polymer 80 slide completion kit.
And the shadow system.
And a shadow systems. And he also, Jay Lackey asked, do coated bolt carrier groups make a difference? It matters on how you're cleaning.
Yeah.
And here's the biggest thing, because everybody says, oh, phosphate, it's the mil spec. Phosphates are really hard to tell when they're dirty because of all the pores on them. They hold oil really well, but they hold carbon really well. Nothing holds oil better than a phosphate bolt carrier group. Feel it. It's not slick in your hands. So it holds the oil, but it holds the carbon. And if you clean your gun a lot, you're fine with the phosphate bolt carrier group. If you don't, if you're lazy like me, the extra $10 for a nitride or nickel boron or titanium nitride, it helps so much. And if you shoot suppressed, that's when you're really going to start helping. So somebody asked about the 43Xs. We've already talked about that. What's my opinion of a Turkish Mauser? I hate Turkish Mausers. We've sold so many of them, and they're always dirty and filthy, and I hate Turkish Mausers. So
I got a question here, and I don't really understand it. Maybe you understand it. When are you guys making a GAW that everyone can join? Because Brokers of Freedom have blocked half of Instagram. Blockers of Freedom.
it's a GAW.
Giveaway, maybe.
Maybe if you could elaborate what that means.
Yeah.
I'd love to answer it.
They're old. They don't understand things like
We're
that.
old.
Yeah, they can't hear you, so it doesn't matter. You can make fun of us all you want. Nobody
What
can
you
hear
guys can't hear is Vance is making fun of us in the background, and it doesn't matter.
Have you ever received a surplus rifle with a backstory or personal touch like etching? I got the cool story on that. My doctor, local doctor, who's a huge gun guy, owns a lot of machine guns, big gun guy. He bought a K31, which has a lot of times has the labels underneath the butt plate. And so he took his off and he researched it. And he got in contact with the city in Switzerland, and they looked up the guy who owned the gun, and he was in World War II as like a 16-year-old, and he went on to be in the Olympics after World War II as a runner, I think. And he didn't get a medal or anything, but he was an Olympic runner. I think that was really cool. We get a lot of cool etchings and stocks, a lot of peace signs, a lot of stickers in the Yugoslavian guns. There must have been some kind of trading cards that were traded. There was a lot of Dalton from Roadhouse, Rambo, 90210 stickers all over some stuff. In fact, we've still got a AK-74 mag over here that has a pornographic sticker on it.
I was just going to talk about the porno mag.
We call it the porno mag.
Because
It's sat here forever. It's like a 70s porno sticker.
It's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. Who's my favorite stippler for Glock frames? I use one stippler for all my guns. And he's a guy who works here at AIM. He does not do it for, AIM does not provide this service. He's done all my guns. He's probably done 20 guns for me. He's done your guns. He's done Josh Vance's guns. He's incredible. He works in our showroom. He's a Glock armor. He's done CZs for me. He's done M&Ps. He's done Glocks. He's done my shield. He's really good.
Yeah. He's definitely evolved from the very first few guns. He's gotten really good at it.
Yep.
I also like, we were just talking about, I really like the agency stippling pattern that they do.
Yeah, everybody else hates it, but
I'm the only one that likes agency.
I like it. I got one. I like it.
If we're going to give a shameless plug, though, here, NFA Solutions is my go-to for...
So nobody can hear Josh Vance, but he's saying NFA Solutions.
Apparently, they're saying they can, so we failed.
Everybody
failed,
can
man.
hear
I don't know how they can hear him.
I thought I've gotten rid of him. How much do you love Ohio? I do love Ohio. I'm not a huge Ohio State fan like everybody else that lives in Ohio, and I don't hate them, but I'm just not. That's like everybody in Ohio loves Ohio State.
Yep.
When will slides with RMR cut for Glocks be available? I know they're already cut, but they've got to go through hardening and finishing, so probably in another couple weeks.
I got a couple questions, live questions that came through. Are we going to be at the NRA show this year?
We will be at the NRA show, but walking around again.
Yep. Are you ever going to do Glock 27 conversion barrels?
Glock 27 conversion barrels. Here's the problem with that is we have to buy, I think the minimum tool up for a Glock barrel is a couple thousand, and I just don't see that being a couple thousand. I mean, I'm judging how fast we're selling Glock 19, Glock 17s, 22 conversions. I don't see that being a big seller.
All right, this is kind of an interesting one as well. Would you ever conceal carry a 22?
Switch long rifle?
No, I think, yeah. Sorry, a 22 caliber pistol. Would you use it for concealed carry?
I know that I could put 10 shots into somebody in the same hole almost, but I don't know that I would carry it.
Yeah, I mean, so it's not ideal, right? Like I would never recommend somebody carry that unless you had maybe hand strength issues and you couldn't manage recoil. If that's the best gun that you can shoot accurately, then yeah, it's better than nothing, right?
Yeah.
So, but and also like no handgun is ideal for, like that's one thing I always talk about. It's like, oh, I carry a 45. Like no, I mean the best thing's always going to be a rifle, right? Something bigger. So, yeah, 22 could be fine, I guess, if that's all you can shoot reliably, or that's all you have.
Having a gun, any gun, is better than no gun.
Correct.
Frenchie Cooks asks, how do you guys grade law enforcement trade-in sidearms? Is there certain criteria or overall look? Typically, we'll lay them all out. You can lay 100 guns on a table. You can see really quickly the one that doesn't look like the rest. Yep. So a gun has an abnormal amount of finish wear compared to the group, or has a broken grip frame. That's a lot, especially on Glocks from hitting seat belts and police cars. Excuse me again. That breaks off some of the frame. So if it has that, it doesn't meet the grade. If another thing is, a lot of times on the right side of a frame, it'll have just smoothed from rubbing against a seat belt. Those don't make the grade.
Patrol car.
Yeah. Rust. Man, we get so many. Glocks don't rust, right? Well, they do where we get police trade-ins from. Those guns don't make the grade. Missing parts. We've got a Glock armor, Torn, who's actually almost, he's not in the picture, but he's here.
He's
here.
We
were just bragging about your stippling, frame stippling. He's a Glock armor, so if we have something that's like missing a part, we can fix that. But, yeah, that's how we grade them.
Yep.
Is there an optic, Holosun, or Trijicon and slide package for Glock 17 slides in the future from Rob BG? That's a good idea. Maybe we will do like a Holosun slide combo or it's hard for RMRs because we don't really get good deals on RMRs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that being a great deal as far as like an entry. Somebody wants to get into the red dot on a pistol. Be a great way to try it without having to spend $1,000.
Right. Do you guys trust a law enforcement trade-in Glock as much as a brand new Glock? Interesting question. To me, a gun that's a police trade-in, it's been qualified for quarterly probably over the course of maybe 5-10 years. So it's been shot. I have more trust in that to a brand new gun. I've said a lot of times here that I don't trust any gun to carry until I've shot 200 flawless rounds through it. If I shoot 100 rounds and it starts choking and then it does another 100 rounds, that doesn't work. I got to shoot 200 straight with no malfunction. Yeah. So a new gun, it's harder for me to trust than a gun that I know works.
Yeah, it always interests me whenever I working at a gun shop, you have friends that always ask, hey, what kind of gun should I get? What should I buy? You got any of these? And I always tell them about, because the best deal we always have going is our LE trade-in Glocks. And sometimes they're cool with it, and every time you go, a used gun, they're please, I don't want part of that. I'm like, why? They look brand new most of the time. They are gonna, most likely gonna actually have some rounds already downrange. I would absolutely.
And night sights, because the first thing you need to do with any Glock is remove those plastic sights, and that's an $80 option. Yep. So they're already there.
Yeah, so absolutely, I would trust it just as much as a new Glock.
Rakenov, I don't know what his name is. What are the advantages over OEM? I don't know what you're asking about, so I don't know the answer to your question. B Par D, Polymer 80 versus a custom Glock frame. Good question. So Torin, who does my stippling, was just saying about how he hates Polymer 80 feels. Mm-hmm. I love a Polymer 80 feel. It's not too aggressive. I love the accelerator cut.
Yep.
I guess that's an agency name. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like this frame. So I own one of these. If you can, here's the difference. You take a regular Glock frame, let's say it's worth $100, and then you want to pay somebody who's skilled $150 to do the work, you've got a $250 frame. You buy a frame for Polymer 80 and it's I don't know what they cost, $150, and it actually feels really good ready out of the box.
Yeah.
So
I love the Polymer 80. I mean, custom Glock frames are awesome. It's one of those deals we were talking about agency guns and how bad I want one, and it's just one of those things. I want one because it's kind of like I want to have an agency gun. Yep. But at the same point, for the price, Polymer 80 frames are awesome as for what you're getting. So it's very usable, very functional in my opinion. Fits my hand perfectly. It already has the double undercut. It's got the accelerator pads or whatever you want to call them.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a great deal.
Nick Long, what is your take on sight picture? Front sight focus or line up the front sight between the back posts? If I'm trying to shoot something fast, I'm putting a front sight on the target and squeezing. The rest of the stuff just kind of works out. If you've shot enough, it's all going to line up.
Yeah.
Joe, plans for slides with windows and RMR cut. We've already talked about that one. Would you rather carry a stock Glock or a custom Glock in battle, and why? Interesting question. So the common gun store theme question is, don't take a custom gun and use it for self-defense. First of all, my self-defense is my right, and it's my prerogative. So I know I can shoot better with night sights. I know I can shoot better with a custom trigger. So I want to take the best gun I possibly can to a gunfight. I don't want to take a high point,
Yeah.
And people who are like, oh, but your gun's going to get taken away. Well, then you shoot with a high point. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
It's a gun. If it saves my life's way worth more than an $800 Glock or whatever. So all my carry guns have stuff done to them. I carry a shield. It's got all kinds of crap on it. I would always take a better gun that works.
Yep.
I wouldn't just put a bunch of stuff on a Glock and not test it.
Yeah.
But if it works, it works.
Yeah, it's one of those deals like, why, if I'm going to use this to defend my life or defend someone I love or someone else that needs help, why would I not want every advantage possible? Why would I not want a better trigger? Why would I not want upgraded sights that I'm going to be faster with?
Yep.
If my life's on the line or my family's life's on the line, I could care less if the police are going to see it as, oh, you were out to kill. Well, okay, I'll deal with that later, but maybe I'm still alive. Maybe my family's still alive, so I'll deal with that.
Yeah, I just want to win a gunfight, okay?
Yep.
I don't care. I'll sort the rest of the stuff out later. Let me just win. What kind of content is in your live videos? I'm usually working and can't join.
Stuff just like this.
Yeah, this is on for 24 hours, and then we'll put it to YouTube. But the only reason I want to say this is because his name's really cool. He's Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican.
Not like a Puerto Rican, he's Puerto Rican.
Puerto
That's pretty
Rican.
cool.
That's funny.
Yeah, I like that. As Faxon making our Glock slides? No. Faxon just released their own Glock slides, and they're really cool. I haven't had one yet. I was supposed to have lunch with the Faxon guys this week, and it didn't work out. Would you rather fight a living dinosaur-sized Glock or 100 Glock-sized dinosaurs?
I don't even know what to do with that.
Man, I just don't want to fight dinosaurs.
Yeah.
100 or one.
If I did, I would call hopefully Grand Thumb and Travis Haley and see if they would come from their Jurassic World movie and fight for us.
And that was from Critchell. From Head Knuckler, if a furniture truck runs over a Democrat and no one sees it, is it still funny? Yes. That's a good question. You're nominated right there to win a Glock. You're nominated. I'm not saying you're winning it.
You're very
nominated.
close. You're getting there.
From Curious George 87, how good are your AimSurplus barrels? I don't know if you're talking about Glocks or ARs. Our AR barrels are really good. They're made by a big company down in Florida. They're great barrels. if you're talking about our Glock barrels are made by another manufacturer who makes them for other people. Our Glock barrels have a very tight hood lockup. Hood lockup is the number one thing that aids you in accuracy. Yeah. So if anything, we probably went a little tight, and a lot of people say, oh, it's a little tight. Yeah, you have to let it slam a little bit, but it's really accurate.
Yep.
And somebody else said in one of the threads, it was about, or one of the questions, because I'm not sure we're going to get to all these questions. What was another question about the Glock barrels?
I don't remember. Maybe we'll get to it. This is a really good one, though. With our current political climate, how do we, the 2A community, influence and educate our non-2A citizens, I guess?
Are you answering that or me? Because I had a big rant on this earlier.
Yeah, he did a big rant. I mean, I think it's a great question. I think it's something we're going to have to deal with. I mean, my answer is education. It's always going to be educate yourself. You can't speak about issues. Well, let me rephrase that. People speak about issues all the time that they know nothing about. You shouldn't speak about issues that you know nothing about. So you need the facts. You need to educate yourself. You need to know that when CNN or MSNBC, wherever it is, says things like you're 1,000 times more likely to kill yourself if you have a gun in the home, you need to know the facts on that. So start there. Start by educating yourself on the issues, and that means keeping up with current events. Like right now, some of the stuff that's recently happened. You have Dianne Feinstein is reintroduced, and they do it every year. It's not like this is new. She always has an assault weapon bill she's putting out. Will it get more? The talk is it might get more traction now that we have a Democratic House. I don't think it's going to, but you never know. So she's reintroduced an assault weapons ban, and one of the things that she mentions in that now specifically, this is kind of new, is pistol braces. We were talking about this, I don't know, on the video 2 weeks ago. Somebody asked, are they going to come after the pistol braces? And I think at the time we were like, nah.
I'm the one who said
no.
No.
Nothing to worry about there. Yeah. So, I mean, somebody may known what was coming. So that would be my biggest thing is educate yourself and then don't come off as a douche.
Well, and my rant earlier was, if you really want to win the masses, don't do stupid things.
Yep.
The people who open carry an AR-15 into Starbucks, I know what you're right, and I want you to have your rights, but that does more harm than good because all the soccer moms who are right in the middle on the gun control stuff, and you walk into Starbucks with your right of open carrying an AR-15, you just scared all these soccer moms into joining the other side. You did us more harm than good. I love that you can celebrate your right, but you did more harm than good because you took all those people in the middle and you pushed them to the other side. So that's one of those things I hate.
Yeah. Just use common sense, and if you've educated yourself, when you hear your fellow non-educated citizens on the Second Amendment issues, that is, you can find a way to enter into that conversation in a polite and educated way.
Yep. All right, we're going to still keep trying to push. You keep looking at live questions.
Yep.
Could you make a slide that works with the Atom system from Unity? That's their deal. I would never try to. I don't know those guys, and I wouldn't try to infringe on what they're doing. Can you demo a live aim trigger? Yes, I brought a gun just because I saw your question. Yep. This is an aim trigger. Golly, this is
Should
hard
we pull
to
the
do.
camera up a little closer?
Nah,
No?
Let's just keep it there for now. But
Okay.
this is an aim trigger. We already checked it before the video to show it was empty. But man, that's the break. The trigger's incredible. It's really good. I can't do it totally justice on a video, but it's awesome. Go check out YouTube. There's 1,000 YouTube reviews on it.
Yep.
What'd you say,
You can
Fancy?
put up an Instagram post for it later.
Yeah, Fancy will put up an Instagram post on that. Do we plan on selling knives in the future? Maybe in the showroom, but not online. The other thing with knives is we can look up our wholesale cost on any knife, and it's $1 more than that on Amazon. Knives are tough business. Are we active 2A advocates? That's an interesting question because do I go on marches? No, I'm really busy, and I probably should. I should be more proactive because this is my livelihood and all that. I'm also a dad. I'm also involved in church. I got a lot going on, so I should be more active than I am.
Well, I think that we are active by doing what we do right now. I mean, you Brian, are the owner of a business that is providing people access to firearms, and we've tried to make it as easy and as legal as possible. But yes, I would consider us active people in the Second Amendment community. So. Yep.
So from Andrew Northcutt, do you ship surplus trade-ins to California? Yes, if we can legally. California is really hard right now because even if, let me give you, for example, a Browning high power, an FN high power is on the list, okay, that you're okay to, up until 2 months ago because I think they just took it off. It was on the list that you could sell it, but half of the dealers wouldn't take it. because we didn't have the exact item number that FN uses on the California roster. It was a used gun made 20 years ago. They don't have boxes, but half the dealers won't transfer them, half of them will. So it's really hard. If your dealer will accept it and it legally can be done, we will do it. Big Daddy Silverback asked, will a 10-coated barrel on an OD, a 10-coated slide maybe?
TIN. Yeah, this is what he's asking about. And I think the answer is yes. Will a titanium nitride coated slide look good on an OD green frame? I mean, you tell me what you think. I think it looks great. So we talked about that a couple weeks ago, calling it like the Master Chief build. But yeah, I think they'd look awesome. So that is the answer. Yes. Here's another good question. Who is the better shooter? And this is from R. Noel. Torin?
Renault.
Who?
That's right. I know the guy.
Okay. Torin, Eric, or Flanagan? And the answer to that question is both Josh Vance and me are the better shooters.
All day, every day.
All day, every day.
Any weapon system.
Yeah, any weapon system.
I would take that bet with any of these guys, Eric, Torin, and both Joshes. I will smoke you all. Really?
Let's bring it on.
All right.
Bring it on.
If we want to shoot for money this summer, we'll shoot for money.
We'll shoot for pride and glory.
Yeah. No, let's shoot for money. Some weird questions, too.
Yep.
Do you have any Glock 19s used coming for sale? No. Have you ever got hot brass in your beard? No, but I did get hot brass in my butt crack one time, and it really burns.
I got it in my cleavage once.
I was shooting from a moving, like rhino, and somebody was shooting on top from a moving rhino, and hot brass went down my butt crack, and I thought I was going to die.
It's terrible.
Why do Gucci Glocks exist? Because people have money, and it's their right. It's your right to own a firearm. It's your right to play with your firearm and do whatever.
Don't Glock shame people.
Yeah, don't Glock shame
If
them.
they have more money than you, that's on them.
But hey, it's just your right. Don't.
Yeah.
If you want to Gucci your Glock, man.
Heck yeah.
What's my favorite barrel length for an AR-15 platform? I really like 11-inch barrels, but 14.5-inch. I think if you took most of my AR collection, half of them are 14.5-inch, and I really like 11s. AK or AR-15, I'm an AR-15 guy for sure. Do we make suppressor-ready barrels for Glocks? From Jay Birkenholder. Yes. Glock 19, Glock 17s, we have threaded barrels. We're out of 19s, but they're coming back in, so yes.
Here's a good one. What's it like to wake up knowing you're one of the best firearm companies in the U.S.?
I have a lot of pride in AIM. So AIM, I always look at AIM as like my baby. I've been here for 21 years. I get really hurt when people like talk smack about AIM, especially when it's stuff that's not true, which is most of the time. Mm-hmm. So I take the criticism really hard, and I love the praise because it's something we've worked really hard at. I take it all personal. I'm the same guy who on Friday night will be answering emails at midnight because this is my baby. So I treat it that way.
I got another one that came through. They wanted to know, are we into the Wicks of John 3? I guess, yes, do we like John Wick?
I own John Wick 1 and 2, and I have a 6-foot by 4-foot poster in my basement of John Wick.
I just saw the preview trailer for John Wick 3, which I think released just a few days ago. I was excited to see he's still throwing guns.
Yep.
Because that was he learned that from John Wick 1 to 2. I don't think he threw any guns at people in John Wick 1.
No, he did.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, John Wick 2, he was all about throwing the guns. Like,
yep.
As soon as he emptied it right at the head. So I'm excited to see that's back into it.
RDJ561, do you have any videos of someone running your slides? I have a couple slides out for some YouTube guys and Instagram guys. They haven't sent me any video yet, but I've got them out there. What kind of AK-47 do you recommend? From Joel Greenwood. I like the Lee Armory stuff. We've got those coming back. Arsenal stuff's great.
First gun you ever bought? It's kind of an interesting question.
Bought with my own money?
Yeah.
I think a Beretta 92F.
That's crazy. I bought a Beretta 92D, double action only. That was my first gun I ever bought with my own money.
I know who I bought it from. It was a hot chick at the Dayton Gun Show. And I didn't have any, so I just bought it off her at the gun show. She gave me a good deal.
It was because she was hot, wasn't it?
She was smoking hot. Corn Dog Mill, will you be eating lunch at Skyline today? Did you eat lunch?
I did.
You did, yeah. Josh Vance always eats at Skyline.
We said hi.
Okay, I don't eat at Skyline as often as these guys. What police trade-in was your best seller in 2018? Glock 22s. We sell a metric buttload of Glock 22s. Will there be more AIM proprietary products in 2019 like the trigger? Yes. Yes.
Why haven't they made a Con Air 2 starring Nicolas Cage and who else?
Steve Buscemi was in it.
Steve Buscemi.
Oh
my gosh.
Yeah.
We talked. Yeah, John Malkovich.
Was in it? Yeah.
For some reason, we talk about this movie a lot upstairs.
We do. How much time we got left?
We got like
8 minutes.
8 minutes.
Okay.
It had such good potential, and the one thing that makes it not a great movie is Nicolas Cage's voice. And his hair. I don't know what they were thinking. Why couldn't they have just let him buzz his hair in prison? I guess he can't get a haircut in prison. I don't
know. I've never been to prison. I don't know.
It's very strange, and his voice is literally the worst voice I've ever heard.
It's a bad accent, is what that is.
I can't leave another man behind. Like, it's horrible. But I love the movie. Every time it's on, I watch it. So I hope they do make a Connie or two.
From Namor, man, I have no idea. Will AIM ever make a 10 gold tone 9mm bolt carrier group? We actually have a bolt carrier group coming out in nickel boron and titanium nitride coming a month out probably. And at a stupid cheap price, by the way. So, my favorite carry weapon, this is from Rob Does It. I still love my shield. Today I'm carrying a CZP-10, but I love a shield. Love a Glock 19, even though I'm not a big Glock 19 guy. I think it carries really well. And it's just a great carry gun.
MMP 2.0, compact every day. Love it.
Golly, there's so many questions.
They just keep going and going.
Yeah. Whoever come out with our own line of AR-15 uppers and lowers. We actually do have AR-15 uppers that have been done before. Torin, in fact, how many AR-15 uppers have you built? Thousands?
It was over 2,000 AIM uppers.
Yeah, we used to sell AIM uppers. We were selling AIM up, and let me tell you what happened on this. AIM uppers were Daniel Defense hammer forged barrels. They were Spike's bolt carrier groups, unmarked. We did a run of Fortis handguards. We did a run of Troy handguards. They're really good stuff. But what we found is people want cheap. People want Palmetto $2.99 uppers. They didn't want the premium parts, so we kind of quit making them just because. I mean, we did lots. We did thousands of them. If we had people that were super interested, we would do it again. But I want to use good parts. I don't want AIM running around there with Chinese handguards or cheap, crappy handguards. I wanted good stuff.
There's plenty of companies out there that make budget uppers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cincinnati Fishing, any chance of getting a tour at AIM? Liability insurance says no. Sorry. Billy Brown.
Question. Go ahead.
Billy Brown wants to know what AIM employee spends the most time squeezing the trigger. It would definitely be the showroom guys. Torin and Josh Vance squeeze triggers all day long.
All day.
It's just crazy how much they squeeze each other. I mean, triggers.
There's a lot of squeezing.
Yeah.
A lot of squeezing going on. In fact, it's happening right now off camera.
Yeah.
Somebody asked, is that a SIG in front of the laptop? Yes, it is a SIG. It's a SIG 239 and a 229. If you check our email or on our website right now, we have some specials on SIGs.
So, Daddy Dukes asked, why does Glock ignore its customer base? Because they think they know more than you. Yeah.
Yeah. Glock. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah. Do we make handguards for AR-15s? No. The handguards we had that were AIM marked were Fortis made. Brady Bogues wants to know, is Brian my real dad and does he miss me?
Yes and yes.
Yes and yes. I miss you, Brady. Pancakes or waffles? Waffles?
Pancakes all day.
I'm not into either. I'm into French toast. So
French toast.
The one thing I'm most excited about SHOT Show.
Are you for?
I am for. When we go to SHOT Show, there's a restaurant we eat at like, every day for breakfast, and they have caramel, banana, French toast.
I've heard this famous. Yes,
I mean, it's like crack cocaine. It's awesome.
Taste of Belgium.
Yeah, it's good.
Moved into the Cincinnati ballpark.
Yeah, it's good. I've had it.
You feel weird eating waffles
Yeah.
watching a baseball game?
I'm with you.
Really.
But you should.
Sounds right to me.
Yep. Love it. What's the coolest firearm ever to come through the store? We did have a HK PSG one once that was really cool. M1D Grands are really cool.
That's just too hard to answer.
One time we got this collection of Bavarian marked M1 carbines, and Steve kept one of each manufacturer. That was really cool. SVT 40s, because that's still one of my favorite guns. That was good. How did AIM get started? Man, that's too long of a question for
Next
what we have
time.
left.
2 weeks from now.
Man, that's most of the questions that I think aren't dumb, of the ones that were asked already. So give me some live questions, Josh.
22 AR-15 conversion kits. Thoughts?
Do you want my thoughts, or you want to give your thoughts?
My thoughts on it is that I have no real experience with it. I know people, we've sold them. We've never had any complaints about them. I know that you can just drop those 22 bolts in, throw a mag in there, and it works fine. I mean, I've heard people say, does it possibly damage the barrel? I don't know.
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
CMMG kits, first of all, I love CMMG guys. The Overstreet Brothers are the coolest guys in the world. I want to come play with your toys. I love the CMMG kits. They make sense if you've got a really, a barrel like a 1 in 12, like if you have an old barrel. But they do not make sense with modern barrels like 1 in 7 and 1 in 8 twists. You're way better off buying one of the new HK22s or a Smith & Wesson.
M&P 1522.
Yeah, you're way better off. It's just more reliable. An AR-15, anytime you convert something to be what it's not, you're going to have problems with reliability. They're not going to be super accurate because of the barrel twist. Buy a purpose-built gun.
Yep. That would be my take as well.
416s are running, what were we running for, like 330 or something? 360?
Yeah, it was smoking. And I really like that gun. I like the ergonomics of it.
22s.
It's light. It's a great gun.
Most important item you sell that every gun guy / gal should own.
Ammo, and more ammo.
Yeah.
Well, so
That's a good.
on that subject, Josh Vance was texting me last night, and he was telling me that he only owns 3 mags per gun. And I'm like,
Shame.
dude, what?
Shame on you.
So like, I feel really. The other day, I was looking at my AR mags, and I probably have 40, and I was thinking, man, I should buy
I'm
another
getting
10.
low, yeah.
My MP5s, I probably have 20 mags. I'd say M&P handgun mags, I probably have 50. I probably at least have 50. So I'm just really into having plenty of mags. And these guys know the story. When I go to the gun range, everything's loaded the night before. I do not want to go to the gun range and load mags.
Yep.
So I have to have a lot of mags.
Yeah, mags and ammo. Those are the two things, right?
Yeah.
It's awesome to have lots of cool guns and awesome to have, but if you don't have ammo to shoot it,
Yep. I know
not
a lot
gonna
of guys who
trigger
have a
time
lot of
behind it.
guns, and they come in here and buy like 1 box of ammo at a time, and I don't get it. And I know a lot of guys who have 1 gun and a crap ton of ammo. So I think there's a ratio.
Yep.
But I have to have a lot of mags because that's just doesn't work for me.
We'll leave a box in the showroom for donations for my.
For fancy.
yeah.
I'm gonna,
10, literally.
But how
10
would-
mags in my entire house?
but I'm saying if you shoot mostly Glocks. Go buy 10 Glock 17 mags. Then you have now.
I was going to say, the problem would be knowing which mags to drop off for you because it would change week to week, right?
Oh, he's saying you sell a lot of guns.
I've been.
Oh.
I've been pretty good. I got 2 Glocks that I'm carrying on a regular basis now.
If you got high point mags and you just send them to Josh Vance.
Just send your- Are we about out of time, I think? It's got to be, right?
You got like 4 minutes.
Okay.
4 minutes. All right. Well, give us some more questions because we're running out of steam.
This is, I don't think we can do it in 4 minutes, but what's your interpretation of SHTF, or when the shit hits the fan? I just said a cuss word. I hope that, can that be bleeped out?
What do you mean? What's my interpretation? Okay, well, I'll give you an interpretation. So a couple years ago, we had that. Remember when we had the big power? I do a lot of talk with my hands. I don't know why. We had a big storm hit, and it knocked out power to where I lived back at the time, Middletown. It was like half the city didn't have power for 3 days. And it was one of those things where with no power and people, freezers were out and all that stuff, I was a little concerned.
You were considering going and eating your neighbors, weren't you?
Yeah. And so I always said, if you have enough guns and ammo, you don't need to keep food and water because you can take food and water. But in a situation where you don't have it for 3
You're gonna
days,
be a
am I going to go
marauder.
murder my neighbor
Yeah.
to get his food? So you should have some food and water. I
Different
actually went
levels.
out and bought some, dry food and all that stuff just because I don't want to have to eat my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, if you lose power, modern society, if you live anywhere near an inner city, where people don't keep a lot of food on hand and go to the grocery very often, I
The
know a lot.
urban centers.
Yeah, you're going to need some protection. So that could be that situation. I'm not really worried about zombies or dinosaurs, even though you did freak me out with that dinosaur question.
Yes, Brian, they think you are Negan. Does Brian equal Negan? It
Yeah.
sounds like it. I have a lot of opinions on this topic, and I would say another video, I might get into some of mine.
I had to figure out which neighbor would taste the best. So I was like, that neighbor's too skinny. There's not a lot of meat on that one. And then like the really old people, I'm thinking, I don't know about it.
They're weathered. It's you don't.
45 seconds.
45 seconds.
Oh,
All right.
one last question. We can answer it in 45 seconds. Will we ever get more Bakelite AK mags
Yes.
coming?
So
Maybe.
things we've learned today: don't eat your neighbors.
Unless you have to.
Unless you
Have a
to.
lot of mags.
Lots
have a lot of ammo.
Check out the new sales on the email,
Yeah, and don't eat your neighbors.
and love the new website.
Thank you.